Always, always my whole life, since I was 2 years old, I've wanted to play professional soccer. When I was like in elementary school and everyone had like what they wanted to be when they grew up, and everyone's like nurse or like whatever, like firefighter, and you had me, I'm like professional soccer player.
Now on the Epicenter of Women's Sports podcast with Karina LeBlanc, rising star Reilyn Turner on breaking through barriers in the professional women's soccer world.
Being able to follow in the footsteps of people before me, people of color, I think that it creates a sort of safe space and a feeling of belonging. Right now is when social media is like a huge thing, and especially for women's sports, you are able to tap into people's lives and like see what they are off the court or off the field. And I think it's so fun because I feel like for so long, women's sports have been looked at as like, you're just athletes. Yeah.
Who's Reilyn, not the soccer player? I'm so excited about this conversation with Reilyn Turner. We actually recorded this before the long mid-season break, and it was so good to hear her insights on how she feels she's going in the NWSL, her move to Portland, the good and the hard with that, who's really impacted her life. But you're going to get an insight into not just her, the forward who scores goals, but the woman and why she loves this game and the impact this game has had on her. We actually taped it at the iconic Mother's Bistro in Portland, so I hope you enjoy it. And I hope you get the insights about Reilyn and you'll fall more in love with her. Reilyn Turner! It's Reilyn Turner! Hi. How are you? Good, you?
Good to see you.
Oh, thank you for doing this.
Of course, yeah.
We're gonna have fun. So we're gonna get started. Is that cool? Reilyn Turner. Okay, so backstory. We wanted her in the draft. Louisville got her. But we were persistent. And then we ended up getting her. Not only did Reilyn come here in her rookie year and do what she does, but then the next year, we had injuries, we had Soph having a baby. It was almost like your opportunity to step into the role, and you did. And you created a Reilyn Turner version of yourself, a brand new one that like, I think the world's getting to see unfold at the same time. The woman who gets first called into the national team and she's like, oh my God. The woman who is around just like legends. Today, who are you because of all of that?
Yeah, like you said, I came out of college and I went to Louisville. I didn't know where I was gonna go leading up. And I'm always a big supporter of everything happens for a reason. And when I went to Louisville, I was scared, honestly. I didn't know what to expect, and I think that was one of the very few, maybe one of two teams where I didn't know anybody on the team. Yeah. I was far from home. I didn't have any family out there. And so I was a bit nervous. It was a bit of a culture shock growing up in California my whole life, never leaving home ever. I didn't live further than an hour away from home my whole life before that, so it was a big change. But going into Louisville, I learned a lot about myself, not only as a soccer player, but as a person. And I think that my mom was a big part of that, just continuously telling me to believe in myself and to just put my head down and work, and good things will happen. And
I think the biggest thing for me is I've gotten to watch you grow. And you're becoming like, you're no longer the rookie.
yeah.
You're scoring goals in your own way. Love the headers, you know, but like you're creating your own identity on the field. But off the field, I feel like you're also showing who you are, from buying a home to like kind of showing, giving people that slight window of who you are. So I guess my question is, who's Reilyn, not the soccer player?
Obviously, soccer is the biggest part of my life, I would say. But the people around me have shaped me so much through life. My mom and my grandma, they were both single moms growing up. So definitely taking a part of their work ethic and their contribution to making me who I am. They've helped me be independent, and they've both been a great example for me and my older sister, just to work hard and don't let anyone tell you no. But yeah, I think just aside from soccer, I guess it could play a part into my soccer career, but just being persistent and working hard and believing in myself. I think that I have amazing role models in my life just to just to be myself. And I think that I'm a type of player who I don't really like taking things too seriously.
Yeah.
I like to have fun.
That's what we want them to know.
I like to have fun. I think that a big part of the reason why I've made it so far and have had the successes that I have is because I enjoy it. And there are moments, I'm sure, in everyone's career where they find themselves not having as much fun as they used to, or forgetting why they started. And the people around me who I've surrounded myself with, they've helped me have fun through it all. And I think that that's honestly the biggest part. You see kids nowadays getting homeschooled through elementary school even. And although it may work for some people, I'm like, you gotta have fun, you gotta socialize, you gotta, that was just such a big part of my life growing up.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't have traded it for the world. And I just think that the people that you surround yourself are definitely a tribute of who you are.
So talking about surrounding yourself, you bought a home.
Yes.
Here in Portland.
Yeah, so you helped me with that.
Why is this home?
When I came in, I honestly started feeling like myself a lot more. I'm not saying that I lost myself before that, but I just feel like when I came to Portland, I really found myself feeling at home, like you said. And obviously I signed a contract last year, an extension, so I knew that I'd be here for a couple more years at least. So yeah, I mean, I was honestly, I know we're talking about moms, but like, I'm not doing it on purpose, but my mom, truly, she was the biggest part of why I bought a home. And
why was that? What did moms do?
Oh gosh, she was like, Ray, you're throwing all this money away on rent, like, even though I was in team housing. But she's like, next year you should like try and get something for yourself and have something be your own, and rather than just spending money on rent where it's just gonna go away. She's like, put your money into something, make it your own, and you're gonna be here for a while. So I think that me signing this extension just shows how comfortable I feel here, and it's close to home. It's the West Coast, back on the West Coast, yeah. But yeah, I think that me buying my first home really shows that I love it here, and there's no place like Portland. The fans are amazing. I've never played in an environment like this. Obviously, before I did play at Province Park with Louisville, which was terrible.
Wishing you could be here.
Yes. So a little sneak peek. But yeah, it's obviously nicer when they're cheering for you. But I think that my mom really helped me and pushed me to get a house, and I'm so grateful for her and you.
So one of the things about Portland that is so special is being a woman of color in Portland, we're seen here. How important is representation to you? Because when you look in the fans, you've got the young girls. Literally, my daughter does her height of hair depending on yours. How important is that to you, seeing how your mom raised you? You talk about, generations. How important is representation to you, and the fact knowing that you represent more than just one type of person?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's extremely important. Growing up, I really looked up to Sydney Leroux, and that was one of my big role models. But yeah, just being able to follow in the footsteps of people before me, people of color, I think that it creates a sort of safe space and a feeling of belonging, for sure, that maybe people in the past wouldn't have had. And I'm grateful for the people before me to allow me to feel comfortable and feel inspired to follow in their footsteps. And I just think that at this day and age in women's sports in general, I feel like that's such a big thing that's happening. And I mean, you're a perfect example of that, obviously on the Canadian side. But yeah, I think that this league especially is growing so much, and you see so many role models and trailblazers coming up who are of color, and I think it's amazing for even the young kids showing up to the games who are like, oh, like, you're my favorite player, like, I want to, like you said, I want to do my hair like you. And you see Trinity Rodman and people with the pink braids. I just think that this day and age, it's a perfect time for young kids to believe in themselves and see people who are doing what they want to do one day. And I think that's really, really important for little kids.
What makes this team so special right now?
Honestly, I would say there's a lot of young talent on this team.
Yeah.
Our front four currently are me and Soph and Pietra and Liv. So Liv is also obviously very young. But yeah, I just think that there's a lot of young talent and there's probably definitely more representation than previous years. So yeah, I think that this year we've done a really good job of staying consistent and like I said, having fun. I think you saw a sneak peek of that last year with all of our celebrations, but yeah, I mean, I've never felt more comfortable on a team, just with the upcoming talent from younger people. It's a very welcoming team environment, and I think that goes to show on the field too. Last year we had a year of team bonding, I think. We were all hanging out off the field. Yeah, so I'm honestly like very, very happy with where I am.
I think the best part about it is that we know, and we exchange kind of motivational things, is that when you're feeling that joy, you become the best version of yourself. And for you, you're younger, but then almost on this team, you're not.
Yeah.
Right? You're almost a veteran. Like, what motivates you to not only figure out who you are as a leader, but also to be a type of leader that's authentic to you on this team?
Yeah, I think that there's many different types of leaders, and you see vocal leaders, you see people lead by example, and I think Sam Coffey was a big part of that. She obviously led by example, but just her poise and her calmness, she was very motivating, and I think there are, like I said, several different ways you can lead, and I think, I'm not saying I'm like a leader on the team, but like I could get there.
But you are. We talk about this, right?
Yes.
You are.
Yes. Yeah, I think I'm not so much as a vocal leader, but definitely maybe someone who younger players coming in could look up to. It's my 3rd year in the league, so maybe just helping the kids coming in feel like themselves and feel like they don't have to change who they are just because they're in a professional environment. I think we have a very young team this year, and it's a lot of fun, honestly, yeah.
Describe your fashion.
I don't know, I kind of like, I have a range. Like
Yeah,
I could
I know.
like, yeah, yeah. I know game day fits look different every time.
But it's a good thing.
Yeah, I think that I could definitely like step out of my comfort zone sometimes, and then I can also like keep it chill and like wear sweats or something. But yeah, I could go girly, I could go like tomboy.
Yeah.
I kind of really don't have like an exact style or fashion sense, I guess, but I'm honestly up for anything. Yeah, I think that across the league, like it's so awesome to see players in their fashion sense. Like Jaden Shaw, for example, like she's amazing. Every time she posts a fit pic, I'm like, I'm like tapped in. But yeah,
How do you feel about like the game's kind of trending where culturally now you all are kind of setting a whole tone? It's not just you as soccer players or footballers, it's you as cultural icons, like the little things that you guys do on social media. People are like, "Ooh, I want to do this."
Yeah.
How do you feel about having that kind of influence?
Yeah, honestly, I feel like specifically right now is when social media is like a huge thing, and especially for women's sports. You see that in basketball, like you are able to tap into people's lives and like see what they are off the court or off the field, and I think it's so fun. Like we're not just soccer players or athletes, like we're actual human beings who have fun, who like do things and have a life outside of our sport, and I think honestly it's so fun to see that throughout the league and throughout women's sports in general, because I feel like for so long women's sports have been looked at as like you're just athletes. Yeah. Like even if the men's side is like showing things off the field, like we're not supposed to do that. You're supposed to be professional, you're supposed to be women. And I feel like now it's like we're not quite there, I would say, but I think that people are finally open to seeing like our lives off the field, and it's really exciting, and it's fun to see like people's personalities. And obviously you see like little bits on the field or whatever, but like you can't truly see what they are off the field, and I think social media is a big part of that.
Where would you hope that women's sports grows to? in the next 5 years?
I feel like men's sports, they've had the majority of the money for so long, and when you see viewership, you see that in a lot of cases we have more viewership. So I think that, yeah, people are starting to definitely watch more, and I think that also goes hand in hand with our personalities off the field. People want to see, oh, who is this funny person on the field? Yeah, I think that hopefully in the next 5 years, like you said, we could get to a point where, you know, the minimum isn't 50.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think we're moving in the right direction, and I hope that we continue to do so.
It's great because Portland, not only are we doing attendance records, which we've done since the inception of the league, we're also doing things with brands and companies that have never been done before, because people see our market and they're like, wait, Portland, we know that will be successful. And then they try into other markets. What is it, you talked about it earlier, that we have the best fans, but why is this city, through your lens, so electrifying when it comes to supporting a women's teams?
Gosh, I don't know if I have a why, but like I can tell you that it feels great. like I honestly, I have never played in a stadium like Providence Park. I think that everyone here just shows out, rain or shine, for our women's sports, and I think the epicenter of women's sports is truly here, and I'm really, really excited for our Fire. I've never played anywhere like here, but I don't know why that is.
No, it's because of people like you. I mean, that's the thing that I keep saying to you. It's like, be authentically yourself, because the city, they come on game day and they're like, I know I'm going to be inspired by these players, because it's not just what they do on the field. It's the little things you do off the field. It's the moments when you are doing the interview and you're like, wait, I think it's the rose ceremony, I got to go, right? And you sprinted away. That may have started how it started in 2013, but it's people and players like you that make people feel connected to the team. Speak about that. When you got your first rose, what was that like?
I mean, I know that the tradition is if you score a home goal, you get a rose, and I was talking on the post-game interview, and I looked up at the jumbo screen, and I was like, is that my rose? I was like, I'm supposed to get that rose. It was funny. I mean, I was like locked in on the interview, but then I saw that and I was like, that's mine. So I was like, I'll be right back.
It's almost that's the moment that you and the city connect in a different way, right? Because to some it's just a nose, but it's that acceptance from the city of like, we're here with you, right?
It's a big community part, and I don't know if any other team does something like that.
No, they've tried.
They tried, and it didn't work. I just think that like the culture here goes back so far, and when you have little traditions like that, it does make the community feel like they're a big part, because they are of what we do and why we do it. And I think that little tradition is, I mean, it keeps me going. I know every home game I'm like, I need that rose. Yeah.
Younger version of you, let's say, would this have been your dream? Because I know you were close with your sister. You wanted to be like her. Is this your dream, and is it living out better than you thought?
I've always my whole life, since I was 2 years old, I've wanted to play professional soccer. And
why? What happened at age 2?
Honestly, you know the movie Dare to Dream?
Yeah.
So my mom had me and my sister on that since we were like so young. And we would always, as a family, like before big soccer tournaments or something, we would always watch that movie, and I'd get fired up. Like, I'm like, I want to be there. Like,
age 2.
Yeah, there's like a picture of me when I was like in elementary school, and everyone had like what they wanted to be when they grew up, and everyone's like nurse or like whatever, like firefighter, and you had me, I'm like professional soccer player. So I've definitely always wanted it. My sister and my mom were a big part of that. My mom played soccer through college at UNLV. It's where she met my dad. He played football there.
It's in my notes, but go ahead. Tell the story.
Yeah, my mom, she definitely shaped my future, I guess. She never pushed anything on me, but I definitely wanted it myself. But just knowing that people before me played soccer, I was like, I want to be like my mom. she's such a big role model for me in every aspect of life. So I definitely wanted to follow in her footsteps. And then me and my sister growing up, that competitive sibling rivalry. Yeah, I always wanted to be like faster than her. Like there was a certain age I hit where I finally was faster than her, and I'm like, I got you.
I had an older sister. I was the same. It was just like, I'm gonna be better than you.
Yeah, I feel like younger siblings, they always have that like tenacity to like, oh yeah, like I want to be better than you. Like even though you're older than me, like I want to be just as good or better than you.
What's your hobby? Like, are you a cooker?
Oh,
Do you?
I can follow a recipe. Okay. But
Like, if you weren't a professional soccer player, what would you be doing?
I would say a hobby of mine, probably not. I don't know if it would be something that I would do, but a hobby definitely is painting. I like drawing and painting.
Like abstract? Like, what is this? What is our RT special?
I can like copy things, but I can't like imagine.
Create it in your head. So you can watch a sunset and do that.
It needs to be still. Like it can't move. Like, once those clouds start moving, I'm like, I lost it. But yeah, like I'll paint like album covers or just like little things I find on Pinterest. But yeah, I don't know about like another career.
So are you like artistic and creative?
I would say so.
So like an interior designer.
I would love to do that.
So like, come on, start your next job right here.
Yeah.
Go
I'll
ahead.
take some classes though.
So if you're an interior designer and you will allow Reilyn Turner
Yeah,
to learn
shadow.
from you.
I'll shadow you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because I saw like when you're designing your house, you're basically doing that as well.
That's
Okay.
Pinterest.
That's Pinterest.
Pinterest,
Okay,
yeah.
I
I
don't.
think I have it, and I'm like,
Then you try it. So you're not like Rainer where you're designing.
oh no. So I need to call Raina actually. I'm like, can you do my closet for me?
I saw you're gonna do it yourself, aren't you? So you're gonna do it yourself through Raina.
Got the cameras.
Fast questions. I'm taking off my jacket. Took it off. It's gone. Where do you go for your coffee?
Coffee. I love Portland coffee roasters.
Okay.
That's a really good.
Do you put any sweeteners in there? Like I'm a lavender kind of girl.
Oh, I haven't tried that.
Oh,
I'm a
try
vanilla
it.
girl.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you like the lattes?
Yes.
Ask them for a splash of lavender.
Yeah?
Have you been to the lavender fields?
No.
When
Are they open right now?
Well, we'll have to double check timing on that. But like when you drive out to the vineyards, which you're allowed to go to because you're of age, you'll pass lavender fields and it's just the most beautiful thing.
Oh, that sound. Have you went to the lily fields? Lily? Am I saying that right? Tulips. Yeah. Why did I say lilies?
They're both flowers, yeah. Mount Hood or the coast?
The coast.
Okay,
I'm a California
asking
girl.
California.
Yeah.
But then you can't really go into the coast because it's cold. Have you put your foot in the water? Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like I put my toes in.
Okay, yeah.
But I haven't gone in yet. No.
Who's the best DJ in the locker room?
Ooh, I would say Issa.
Okay.
Issa does a good job of like incorporating everyone's different music taste. Yeah.
What would be something people would be surprised to know about you?
I feel like I'm an open book, Karina.
Do you listen to classical music or something like that?
No. I really don't.
What do you do before every game and after every game?
Before every game, I only have like one superstition, and that's in the locker room before we head out for warm-ups. I have to listen to 2 specific Marvin Sapp songs.
Oh, Marvin Sapp.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Yes, never would have made it.
Yes.
Yes. Never would have made it. Yeah. Oh, good one. Good one.
Yeah, those 3 I like have to lock in, and if I don't, like I feel bad juju.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is like when your mom comes into town, what's the one thing that you guys do?
I mean, recently she's just been helping me with the house, so I put her to work. Yeah, I'm like, here's a list. No, she came out the other week just because it was like international break and all my friends were gone. And she's like, are you bored? I'm like, yes, come over. And she came out for like 3 days. She works with my grandma, our family business. So she's like, yeah, grandma gave me the week off. I'm coming. I'm like, yeah, fired. And I'm like,
Why is this special to have both teams, same ownership group, and doing something different?
I mean, I think it's a big part of the community. Like you said, Portland fans are there for us no matter what. And I mean, you even see throughout town, there's billboards of Jesse and Liv.
Yeah.
And I just think that this city shows up for us like no other city does.
Yeah.
And having another women's sports team that they can celebrate and support, I'm like so excited for us to go to the game. Like, and even just like you said, the same ownership.
Yeah.
We'll get to do events together. We'll get to know each other and support each other off the field. And I'm just really excited to have like a sister team.
Yeah, sisterhood, right?
Yeah.
When you are 50,
Okay.
what do you want to be proud of yourself for?
I mean, I think I just want to be remembered as a player who was tenacious and brave and took risks, but also someone for little girls to look up to. Like I said, Sydney LaRue was such a big inspiration for me, and she was tenacious, and I just always wanted to be like her. And you see her getting her head on the end of things, and I've always loved heading the ball, and hopefully my aerial game will be remembered.
I told you that's gonna be your difference maker. That's where you're gonna just like
I mean I love
own that space.
heading it.
I love heading it.
I love
heading it.
But
that's grit, that's will, that's desire. Like
Yeah.
there's one thing on timing, but there's execution, and that's what you do. And that again is another area of your game that just pulls you apart. And it has the potential to be like when you retire, you were known as one of the best in that space.
Yeah. I think, like I said before, I just also want to be remembered for having fun and the joy that I could bring to fans and little girls to play with that, and to let people know that you can have so much fun in your job and make a living out of it, and create inspiration and joy around you that's contagious. I feel like this team this year has so much of that, and I'm so proud of the culture that we have. But yeah, hopefully when I'm 50, people will still remember me.
Sure can. What have you learned about yourself since moving to Portland?
That I can adapt to new environments. Obviously college, you knew everyone in your class coming in for the most part.
You're so close.
Yeah, so it wasn't really like a big change, but obviously going to Louisville and then 6 months later leaving again, just knowing that everything's going to be okay. I'm a firm believer in everything happens for a reason, and it's worked out so far.
Now you're in with the national team, Emma's seen you. It opens up a whole different thing of expectations for yourself, for what you want, what you believe you can do. What have you learned since that's happened? Because I think a lot of the things we've always talked about was just that, like you betting and that belief in yourself. And it's, every time there's a list, you go through all these emotions, but like, what are you learning about yourself in that process?
I mean, I think obviously that was my dream come true, and I got to play a game on the national team and score in my hometown. And I don't think it could get, I don't think it could get any better than that. So just chasing that feeling and chasing that standard, it's more than playing good in a club game. Like it's playing to the standard of the national team and not just who you're playing against. And I think this year I have plenty of things to work on to get back to that, and I'm really excited for this year to see what I can do.
But then having fun doing it.
Of course.
Always.
Yeah, always having fun.
You want to give advice to a young kid?
Any young kid?
Any young kid. And then advice to young Reilyn Turner.
My advice to any young kid out there is to just have fun. Have fun doing what you love, and know that that will take you further than anything else.
I told you were going to love this episode. And the best part for me is that we know Reilyn Turner, the goal scorer. But now we know Reilyn Turner, the woman that inspires the next generation, the woman who wears this badge, and the woman who understands the importance of the role of not just being a professional athlete, but being a role model to so many of our young kids. I think hopefully you don't just walk away from this episode thinking it's for the next generation, but you found something for you that helps you step out and go be the best version of you. Thanks for tuning in. Like, share, and do all the things, and I'll see you in the next episode. And man, Portland, we got some phenomenal athletes, don't we? See ya.